Today, 243rd class will start. Vinayak namastubhyam satatam modaka priya nirvighnam kuru no deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyamaha siddhir bhavatu no sada gurur brahma gurur vishnu gurur devo maheshwarah guru sakshat param brahma tasmai shri gurave namaha. श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि श्रीरघुराम चारुतुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृङ्गारगुणाभिराम त्रिजगन्नतशौर्यरमाललाम दुर्वारुकबन्धराक्षसविराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारकनाम भद्रगिरिदाशरथिकरुणापयोनिधि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् अद्यतन पंचांगम विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने हेमंत ऋतु मार्गशीर्ष मासे कृष्णपक्षे द्वितीया तिथिः टिल 10:55 PM स्थिरवासरः आर्द्रा नक्षत्रं टिल 7:43 PM followed by पुनर्वसु नक्षत्रं शुभयोगः टिल 1:16 I didn't update that 1:16 PM followed by Shukla Yoga. Garakaranam till 10:55, following with the coinciding with the ending of the Dvitiya Tithi, followed by Vanik Karanam till 9:20 PM, followed by Vishtikaranam. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So we 102nd Sarga we went to, where Rama, after realizing that his father passed away, immediately after Bharata asking him to Uttishta, he also says, get up and now go do the Udakadana, Kriyadana, Udaka Kriya. In order to do that, Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they set out. That's where we were at 24th or 25th.
I think 24th we started.
Okay, so we'll continue from there. Te sutirtham tatah krichat.
Te sutirtham tatah krichat.
Upagamya yashasvinah.
Upagamya yashasvinah.
Nadim mandakinim ramyam.
Nadim mandakinim ramyam.
Sada pushpitakananam.
Sada pushpitakananam.
Shighra srotasamasadya.
Shighra
Srotasam.
Srotasama.
Asadya.
Samasadya.
Tirtham shivam akarmadam.
Tirtham shivam akardamam.
Sishuchuhu.
Sijuhu.
Tudakam ragni.
Tudakam ragni.
Tatraitatte bhavatviti.
Tatraitatte bhavatviti.
So I think we did this, but we will anyway do it one more time. So te means those three, who Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they set out such that he ordered Lakshmana to start walking around Sita, and Rama said, I will come behind. So having reached te tataha, after that, as they started walking, having reached Ramyam Mandakinim Sutirtham, the Mandakini Nadi, which is Ramya, very pleasant, pleasing, and Sutirtha, it is a divine, auspicious waters, rivers, and Pushpita Kananam, always with trees and with blossomed trees around on both sides. Krichrat Upagamya, after very difficulty, with lot of difficulty having reached there. And that Ramya Pushpita Kanana Mandakini, which is also Shighra Shrotasa. Shrotasa is then one that is flowing. Shighra, flowing very fast currents. With fast energy it flows. Shighra Shrotasam Asadhya Tirtham Shivam Akarmadam. That Tirtham which is Shivam, it is auspicious, and Akarmadam, without any pollution, uncorrupted, beautiful, pleasant, pure, divine, pristine river. Having gotten there, Sishachuhu tu Udakam, Sishachuhu, they offered water, Rajni, unto the king, Dasharatha, saying this, Tatra etat te bhavatu iti, may these waters be up to you, and saying that they have offered. That te tatra etat te bhavatu is the beginning, but then most important vacuum after that comes. I wish Vikram was here, but anyway. Pragrihya cha mahipalo
प्रगृह्य च महीपालौ
jalapurita manjalim
जलपूरितमञ्जलिं
disham yamyam abhimukha
दिशं याम्याम् अभिमुखः
rudan vachanam abravit.
रुदन् वचनमब्रवीत्.
So pragrihya cha mahipalaha, the ruler of the earth. Rama, even though he was in forest, for Valmiki and for all of us, he is the ruler of the earth. So Mahipalaha, Jalapuritam Anjalim, Anjali like this with hands like this, Puritam, Jalapuritam, filled with water, Pragrihya, by receiving water full of his Anjali. This Yamyabhimukham Disham, Yama's side, Yama's Disha is Yamya Disha. Yamya Disham. Yama side is the south, Dakshina, south side. By turning to the south, Yamyabhi Disham Abhimukha, facing that side. Rudan, by crying, he was unable to say the mantra, but with lot of emotion. Rudan Vachanam Abravit, he said the following sentence. Etatte Raja Shardula
एतत् ते राज शार्दूल
Vimalam Toyam Akshayam
विमलं तोयमक्षयं
Pitrulokagatasya
पितृलोकगतस्याद्य
Maddattam Upatishthatu.
मद्दुत्तम्
Upatishthatu.
उपतिष्ठतु.
So, in fact, when I was reading this yesterday, I immediately sent it to my two nephews. Unfortunately, they're young fellows, but they lost their father 3 years back. So I found, hey, this is the greatest mantra. If Rama says this, we don't need another priest or anybody. I mean, not that we don't need, we will need. But say this mantra yourself by taking waters for him. So he's saying, Rajashardula, he's addressing his father as the tiger of the kings, or best of the kings. We can address, I mean, whoever has to offer like that, they can address their father as Janaka, etatte mama Janaka, for example, you can say like that. Vimalam, etat vimalam toyam, this pure water. Vimalam is impure, without any blemishes. Vimalam, toyam, water. Pitruloka gatasya adya, Pitruloka gatasya, of you, te Pitruloka gatasya, of for you who have left for the Pitrulokas, for the other worlds. Adya mat dattam, given by me today, this water, akshayam upatishtatu, may this stay, may this remain forever. Even when you are thirsty anytime, may this water be always there for you. Akshayam upatishtatu. In fact, even after Bhojana mantra also, after completing the bhojanam, if we, Radeshji, Premji, do you know? Do you do parishechanam before bhojanam? After bhojanam, amritapi dhanamasi, raurave apunyanilaye, padmarbada nivasinam, ardinam udakam dattam, akshayam upatishtatu. We say that every meal we eat,
Yeah.
immediately, you remember, right, that mantra?
Yeah, that's right.
Akshayam upatishtatu. So that's why Ramayanam is called Panchama Vedam, Vedopa Brahmanam. Similarly, Bharatam also. The Vedic mantras only for common people are brought down here. So the common people, as in those who have not taken the samskara, those who have not taken opinion samskara, etc. If they also have to say, they can say this mantra. Such a simple mantra it is. But same Akshayam, Maddattam, that there we are saying, Raurave Panjali, Padmarbada Nivasinam, Udakam Dattam, Maddattam Toyam, Akshayam Upatishtatu. That's the perfect mantra here. So that we do it every afternoon or every meal we offer. We after finishing, we say that. And so wonderful. I felt very glad that, how Ramayanam is a Veda Upabrahmanam, and we are following even today. Then, Tato Mandakini Tirat. So having offered this now, he offered this water, saying, whatever this water I am offering you, O king, my father, may this be there for you always. Tato Mandakini Tirat.
Tato Mandakini Tira,
Pratyuttirya sa Raghavah.
Pratyuttirya sa Raghavah,
Pituschakara Tejasvi.
Pituschakara Tejasvi,
Nivapam Bhratrubhis Saha.
Nivapam Bhratrubhe Saha.
In fact, this 102nd Sarga's name itself is Nivapadanam. That is the name of this Sarga. So Nivapam is offering that Pinda Pradhanam, etc. That is Nivapam. So Tataha Mandakini Tirat Pratyuttirya. Avatirya is going down into Mandakini. He went down into the river. So from there, coming back up, Uttirya, Prati Uttirya, away from there, back to their home side. Tato Mandakini Tirat, from the Mandakini shores, Pratyuttirya, by returning back from there. Sa Raghavaha, that Raghava, Tejasvi, the glorious Rama, Bhratrubhihi Saha, along with his brothers, means Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna also. Bhratrubhis Saha, Pituhu Nivapam Chakara. Nivapam is that Pinda Pradhanam that he prepared and offered it to his father along with his brothers. What Pindam, again, there's a great lesson from here. Great lesson as in practical lesson. If we cannot do it that way, whatever we can do is also accepted. And that is what Rama is also saying here. Aingudam Badari Mishram.
Aingadam Badri Mishram.
You just came, Vikram. Repeat this after me. Etatte, for you I am changing it. Etatte, or let's say the original sloka only. Etatte Raja Shardula.
Etatte Raja Sardula.
Vimalam Toyam Akshayam.
Vimalam Toyam Akshayam.
Pitruloka Gatasyadya.
Pitruloka Gatasyadya.
Maddattam Upatishtatu.
Maddattam Apitishtatu.
I'll repeat, even though it might be repeat for Radhesh, Premji and all. If you remember our after Bhojanam,
Yes.
Akshayam Upatishtatu, we say, right?
Yes.
So the same mantra, that Vedic mantra only told in Ramayana. Rama is saying it, offering the same thing. Maddattam etat vimalam toyam pitruloka gatasya te adya Akshayam Upatishtatu is the vakyam from there. Oh, Father, who have left for Pitrulokas, this water, this pure water offered by me, may this stay. Oh, Akshayam Upatishtatu.
Yes.
And then he's offering Nivapam, Pindadanam.
Yes.
For that, there's a beautiful lesson here, practical lesson also. So he's saying, Aingudam Badri Mishram, Pinyakam Darbhasam. Did we say this?
No. We are yet to say. I
Yeah.
joined when you were slaying that sloka.
Good.
Yeah.
Say this also.
Yeah.
Aingudam badari mishram
Ingadam Bardri Mishram.
pinyakam darbha samstare
Pinyakam Dharma
darbha
Samstare.
Nyasya Rama sudukharto
Nyasya Rama Sudukkarto
rudan vachanam abravit
Rudam Vachanam Abravit.
idam bhungshva maharaja
Idam Bhukshva Maharaja.
prito yadashana vayam
Prito Dashna Vayam.
yadashana vayam
Prito Yadashna Vayam.
yadanna purusho bhavati
Yadanna Purusho Bhavati.
tadannastasya devataha.
Tadannastasya Devataha.
This is the vakyam he's saying, which he is offering the pindam. Very big, great lesson here. So what did we do? Having returned back to their ashramam, Aingudam Badari Mishram, whatever flower, whatever fruits were available there, Ainguda Vrikshaphalam, that Aingudam. He asked Sita, if you remember, as soon as
Aingudi Vishram, yeah.
as soon as Bharata told him, and when they were going to Mandakini, he asked Sita, please arrange this Badari, Aingudam Badari Mishram. So those flowers mixed with whatever small, whatever they could eat, whatever they eat every day. So that those two especially, Aingudam, Badari. Badari is that Bari, Regu. Mishram, they mixed those two together. Pinyakam, Pinyakam is along with whatever flower they might have. They make the ball, Pinyakam. Darbha Samstare, they place them on darbhas. Nyasya, by on the darbha samstare, on the darbhas mat, Nyasya, by putting it there, Ramaha sudukhartaha, full of grief, Rama, Rudan, by crying, Vachanam abravit. This, he said this vakyam. What did he say? Idam bhangshva maharaja. Oh Maharaja, please eat this. That Aingudi Badari Mishram Pinyakam that he made and placed on the Darbha Samstara, he's saying, please have this. Idam Bhangshva Maharaja Pritaha Yad Ashana Vayam. Whatever we are eating, Yad Ashana Vayam. I am able to eat only Aingudam, this Badari Mishram, or whatever I am able to eat in this forest. That itself, whatever I am eating, that itself I am able to offer you. Pritaha, you be pleased with this itself. I'm not able to offer you that whole full course meal like on Tadinam day. After completing the Kriya, we offer a full course meal. They say the Tadinam meal will be the best meal. Tadinam is what is the other word used in by others? Anniversary.
Shraddha.
Shraddham.
Shraddha.
Shraddha Dinam. On the Shraddham, the best meal we offer, because whatever we can offer, we 24 course items we'll make them and offer. Because yadashanaha vayam, whatever we are eating is what we offer. Rama didn't have the luxury of offering that full course meal there. So he was asking his father, saying, Aingudi badrikam mishram pinyakam yadashana vayam pritaha. Because he's offering, because he's substantiating it with the Veda Vakyam. Yadanna purusho bhavati. There is Anna Suktam, right? Whatever we eat is what we become. It says Yadannaha purusho bhavati. Again, Vedic sentence brought into ordinary shlokas for everybody to repeat. Yadannaha purushaha bhavati. Whatever we eat is what is my jiva is taking up in this as part of this body and continuing. So, yadannaha purushaha bhavati tadannaha tasya devataha. That annam is consumed by the devataha. So, whatever we eat is what we think we are becoming physically, but that is what is being also offered to gods. And so, the same thing that I am offering to you also, O Father, is how Rama is explaining it to his father, saying, sorry, whatever I am able to give is what I am offering you. Please take it. So, which means in the most, what do you say, unavailable situations, whatever is available we can offer. And gods, Pitras will all be pleased with it. Great lesson, I thought, from Rama's own statement here.
Yeah.
And then tatastenaiva margena
ततस्तैव मार्गेण
pratyuttirya nadi tatat
नदीतटात्
aruroha naravyagro
आरुरोह नरव्याघ्रौ
ramya ramyasanum mahidharam.
रम्यसानुं महीधरम्.
So tataha, from there, after that, so they came to the shore. There they, so in the water they offered the jalam, toyam, and on the shore they offered the pinyakam, the nivapam. And then, having finished that, tatastenaiva margena, along the same path that they have come from, pratyuttirya, climbing up, aruroha, they climbed up the path, Ramyasanum Mahidharam, that beautiful Chitrakuta mountain, Ramyasanum, toward the steep slopes up towards Chitrakuta Mahidharam. Mahidharam is mountain. Ramyasanam Mahidharam Aruroha. Tatah Parnakuti Dwaram
ततः पर्णकुटीद्वारम्
Asadhya Jagatipatihi
आसाद्य जगतीपतिः
Parijagraha Bahubhyam
परिजग्राह बाहुभ्याम्
Ubhau Bharata Lakshmanau.
उभौ भरतलक्ष्मणौ.
So far, he controlled himself, even though he was emotionally offering. As soon as he reached his kutiram, immediately, tataha parnakuti dwaram asadhya. As soon as the entrance of his kutiram itself, as soon as he was asadhya, arrived at the entrance of it, Jagatipatihi, the Lord of the all worlds, Rama, Bharata Lakshmanau, Bharata and Lakshmana, both of them, Bahubhyam Ubhau Parijagraha. With both hands, both of them he held tight. With one hand Lakshmana, with the other hand Bharata. He held them very tight. And Tesham tu Rudatam Shabdat Aparijagraha. So he held them and couldn't stop. All three of them started crying. Tesham tu Rudatam Shabdat.
तेषां तु रुदतां शब्दात्
प्रतिश्रुप्तो भवद्गिरौ
प्रतिश्रुत
प्रतिश्रुत्को भवद्गिरौ
प्रतिश्रुतको अभवत् गिरौ
भ्रातॄणां सह वैदेह्याः
भर्तॄणां सह वेदेयः
सिंहानाम् इव नर्दताम्
सिंहानाम् इव नर्दताम्.
सिंहानाम् इव नर्दताम्. So tesham tu rudatam shabdat. Yeah, so then as three of them held each other, they were crying. Till then Rama was happy, he didn't know but once he came to know this, and after completing the Kriya, he couldn't control himself. He hugged both the brothers very tight, and all three of them started crying. They were crying so loud, and I thought, it sounded initially when I was reading, is it too dramatic? But then I realized that is how we all cry. And in fact, they say if you don't cry, they make you cry. Cry, man, cry, they say. So that is part of our culture, that we have to cry loud. That is only how that whole emotion we will be cleared off. Otherwise, we will be stuck and pained in it. So tesham tu rudatam shabdat, by the sounds of their crying, girau pratishruktaha abhavat. In that mountain, this was echoing by the sounds of Bhratrunam Saha Vaidehyaha Simhanam Iva Nardatam, like lions roaring, crying, with these three brothers, all four of the brothers, along with Sita, Vaidehi, their crying was echoing in those mountains like lions roaring. Mahabalanam Radatam
महाबलानां रदतां
Kurvata Mudakam Pituhu
कृवतामुदकं पितुः
Vijnaya Tumulam Shabdam
विघ्नाय तुमुलं शब्दं
Trasta Bharata Sainikaha
प्रस्ता भरतसैनिकाः
अब्रुवंश्चापि रामेण
अब्रुवंश्चापि रामेण
भरतः संगतो ध्रुवम्
भरतः संगतो ध्रुवम्
तेषामेव महान् शब्दः.
तेषामेव शब्दः
So with sandhi it becomes महान् शब्दः.
महान् शब्दः
शोचतां पितरं मृतम्.
शोचतां पितरं मृतम्.
So महाबलानां रुदतां शब्दं तुमुलं विज्ञाय. So Bharata Sainikaah Trastaah. So Bharata's army, if you remember if you go back 3-4 sargas, when finally they reached, they all sensed that, oh, there is some fire, a smoke coming from that mountain. That means only humans can live. No ordinary people can live. It must definitely be Rama, only who must be able to live in this dense forest. And having identified, then Bharata said, hey, guys, you stop here. And Bharata, with Shatrughna and Sumantra, they started walking towards that mountain, if you remember that scene. So his army was farther away, somewhere before this mountain started, along the plateau only. So now they heard these sounds now. So far it was silent, they didn't hear much. Now they started hearing these crying sounds. So having heard that, Bharata Sainikaha trastaha, in a way they were agitated. They agitated in the sense they have realized, they got to senses. So far they were just lying resting, but now they got to senses. Trastaha pituhu udakam kurvatam, of the brothers who were crying, they thought, they must be doing the Udaka Kriya. And having heard that, Abruvan, they said to each other. What did they say? Abruvanscha api Ramena Bharataha Sangato Dhruvam. Now Bharata definitely has met Rama. Dhruvam, certainly. And why? Tesham eva mahan shabdaha. This crying must be of them only. Bharata must have told Rama that he lost his father, and so that is why they are now crying. Shochatam pitaram mrutam, of the father who was who passed away. Upon that news, they all must be crying. And we are glad now Bharata met Rama. Finally, Rama is located or founded. अथ वासान् परित्यज्य
अधवासान् परित्यज्य
तं सर्वेऽभिमुखाः स्वनम्
तं सर्वेभिमुखा स्वनम्
अप्येकमनसो जग्मुः यथास्थानं प्रधाविताः. So atha, then now, vasan parityajya, till now they have probably pitched some tents to stay there. Now vasan parityajya, by leaving their tents, their residences, sarve tam swanam abhimukha, from towards that direction from where they started hearing these crying, roaring sounds, toward that direction, api ekamanasa, all of them were with one mind. We found Rama, let's run. Jagmuhu pradhavitaha yathasthanam, however way they were situated, they just got up, jumped, and then having said to each other, hey, looks like Bharataji found Rama, let's go run toward him. And so pradhavitaha, they all started running. Jagmuhu yathasthanam, in that direction, toward that place from where they heard this swanam, this sound, they all ran towards that. How did they run? Now again a little more visuals are explained here. Hayairanye gajairanye
हयैरन्ये गजैरन्ये
rathairanye swalankritaihi
रथैरन्ये स्वलङ्कृतैः
sukumaras tathaivanye
सुकुमारास्तथैवान्ये
padbhireva narayayuhu.
पद्भिरेव नराययुः.
So, anye hayaihi, some by horses. Gajaihi anye, others, those who had come by elephants, some of them by elephants. Rathaihi swalankritaihi anye, others who have come along their rathas, their chariots, well decorated chariots, well painted and all. They set out in those chariots. Tathaiva naraha sukumaraha padbhireva anye yayuhu. Others who are the infantry guys who go on their foot only, they sukumaraha, even though they are sukumaraha, but they also have set out on their foot itself. But all of them, naraha yayuhu, all of them have set out toward that direction. Achiraproshitam Ramam,
अचिरप्रोषितं रामं
Chiraviproshitam Yatha,
चिरविप्रोषितं यथा
Drashtukamo Janas Sarvo,
द्रष्टुकामो जनः सर्वो
Jagama Sahasashramam.
जगाम सहसाश्रमम्.
नमस्ते चंचल जी.
या नमस्ते जी, सुप्रभातम.
सुप्रभातम. आप कहाँ से?
शार्लेट से.
शार्लेट से. अच्छा अच्छा, राइट, ठीक, वेरी गुड. So, Achiraproshitam Ramam, Chiraviproshitam Yatha. Beautiful, what do you say, emotion that they say. If you see, Achiraproshitam Ramam, Rama went away not very long ago. Achiram, Chiram is long. Achiram, Rama actually, if you see, he didn't go, it must have been what, a couple weeks at the most by now. Or at the most, a few weeks at the most. But Chiraproshitam Yatha, as if he was gone away for so long. These all people were running to find Rama as if Rama has been away for so long, even though he left only recently. That is the beautiful feeling expressed here. So they all couldn't stand away from Rama for so long. That's, even though it was short period, it felt like years for them. So Achiraproshitam Ramam, Chiraproshitam Yatha, Drashtukamaha. All of them were so eager to see Rama as if they've seen him, as if they haven't seen him for so long. Drashtukamo janaha sarvaha. Sahasa means instantly, immediately. Ashramam jagama. Instantly all of them have set out to see Rama as if they haven't seen him for so long. Bhratrunam tvaritastattra.
Bhatrunam Paritastatra
Drashtukama samagamam.
Drishtakama Samagamam
Drashtu, not drashta. Drashtukama
Drishtukama Samagamam
samagamam.
Drishtukama Samagamam
Yayur bahuvidhair yanaihi.
Yayur Bahur Videyani
Kuranemi svanakulaihi.
Kure Miva Swarma Kule
Kuranemi
Kuranemi
svanakulaihi.
Svanakulai.
So, Bhratrunam tvaritaha tatra. Bhratrunam drashtukamaha tatra. Samagamam tvaritaha. All of them eagerness to get a darshan of the brothers. Drashtukamaha, Bhratrunam drashtukamaha. Tatra samagamam tvaritaha. To meet them, they have hurried themselves. They have left without wasting any time. Yayuhu, they all left. Bahuvidhaihi yanaihi, by various types of vehicles, rathas. But as we saw even in the beginning also, when all of them have set out, they came by different rathas, if you remember. Some of them who had a small, just basket kind of a small thing, versus those who had full limousine kind of a ratha. So, vivithaihi yanaihi, kura nemi svanakulaihi. Nemi is the axle. Kura is as the wheels along that axle, as they dig the earth and keep going, the sound it makes, that is Kuranemisvana. Akulaihi. It was making a big, what do you call, a disturbed roar of sounds. So many vehicles, all that sound, so many vehicles making together when they are setting out one after another, is that Kuranemisvana Akula. In that, along with that sounds, all of them have set out to see, to get the sight of the brothers, Raghava brothers. Sa bhumir bahubhir yanaihi.
सा
सा भूमि बहुभिर्
बहुभिर्यानैः
Kuranemi samahataha.
कुरनेमि समाहताः
Mumocha tumulam shabdam.
मुमोच तुमुलं शब्दम्
Dyaurivabhra samagame.
दौर्विवार्भ समा
Dyaurivabhra.
दौर्विवाभ्र
No,
समागमे
Dyau.
द्यौ द्यौर्
Dyaurivabhra samagame.
द्यौर्विवाभ्र
Samagame.
समागमे
Dyau is sky. Prithvi, Dyava, Idam, Satyam. Again, another Sandhya mantra, right? So, Divi, Dyau is sky. Or, what is it called? Space. Dyau. Divloka, or the divine worlds. So, Sa Bhumihi, that earth there, that land, that earth there, Kuranemi Bahubhir Yanaihi, with so many vehicles going one after another. Their vehicles also include horses, people's foot, horses, elephants, and various big, small to big rathas. All of them put together. Bahubihi Yanaihi Kuranemi Samahita. With that axles and the wheels crushing the earth, the earth became as if it got crushed by so many vehicles. And with all of that friction, Tumulam Shabdam Mumocha, it has released a tumultuous sound, huge, loud sounds. And the simile given there, comparison given there is Abhra Samagame Dyauhu Iva. Just as when two heavy, dense clouds, hit each other and make that roaring thunder storm, just as the sky will be filled and echoing with the thunderstorm of clouds. So that sky is one Pancha Mahabhuta. And the other Mahabhuta, earth here, is also making so much sound with the friction of these so many vehicles, like a thunderstorm. That is the kind of a poetic simile given by Valmiki Maharshi. Tena vistrasita nagaha
तेन वित्रासिता नागाः
karenu parivaritaha
करेणु परिवारिताः
avasayantu gandhena
अवासयन्तो गन्धेन
jagburanyadvanam tataha.
जग्मु अन्यत्वनं ततः.
So, Tena, with these sounds, first of all, sounds coming from their crying in the mountains. Then this huge sounds of tumultuous sounds of these vehicles, roaring vehicles. With all these sounds, Nagaha Karenu Parivaritaha Vitrasitaha. Elephants, along with their female, their wives' elephants, Karenu is the female elephants. Nagaha is the mountain elephants, which means like a mountain, that big elephant. Nagaha Karenu Parivaritaha, with their families of wives and their children. Vitrasitaha, they were all scared. Oh my God, what is going on? Is a big fleet of lions coming here? A big fleet of tigers, hyenas, jackals? What is it? Why so much sounds? They were scared. Vitrasitaha, avasayantaha, they relocated themselves. They left their places where they were nicely resting and they started running now. Avasayantaha, gandhena. They say elephants have a mother, mother, when their, what is it called? When their sweat drops come out, they produce a different kind of a toxic smell, it seems. So with those smells of sweats as they were running, they started Jagmuhu. Anyat Vanam. They said, oh, this forest now doesn't seem like a safe forest anymore for us. Let's relocate. And they started running away toward another forest. Anyat Vanam Tataha Jagmuhu. Varaha Vrikasanghascha.
वराह मृगसङ्गाश्च
Mahishaha Sarpavanaraha.
महिषाः सर्पवानराः
Vyaghra Gokarna Gavayaha.
व्याघ्रगोकर्णगवयाः
Vitresuhu Prushataiः Saha.
वित्रेषुः दुषतैः सह.
Why only elephants? All animals from that forest got scared, and all of them, Prushataihi Saha, along with their families, they started running. What all? Varaha, all the big varahas in the forest, the wild boars. Vrika Sanghascha. Vrika is the jackals. Vrika Sanghascha. Mahishaha, bulls. Sarpa Vanaraha, serpents, monkeys. Vyaghra, tigers. Gokarna, Gokarna Gavayaha. Other kinds of wild bulls or wild buffaloes who have Gokarna, whose ears are similar to cows' ears. Gokarna Gavayaha. Prashatai Saha Vitresuhu, along with their families, they have started running away. They too started running away. Rathanga Sahva,
प्रताङ्गसाह्वा
Natyuhaha,
नत्यूहाः
Hamsaha,
हंसाः
Karandavah, Plavah,
कारण्डवाः प्लवाः
Tatha Punskokilah, Krauncha,
तथा पुंस्कोकिलाः क्रौञ्चाः
Visanya Bhejire Dishaha.
विसंज्ञा भेजिरे दिशः.
Hey, why only you elephant? All elephants and animals. Oh my God, all birds also got scared because birds also live in the forest. They also got scared. And they also, Bhejire Dishaha, they also got scattered in various directions in the sky. Who all? Rathanga Sahva. I don't remember the actual bird names, so let's see. 43. Rathanga Sahva or ducks. Natyuha is water cranes. Hamsaha, Venivenu, Hamsaha, swans, geese. Karandavaha, Karandavas are another big birds there. They're, even in the meaning here, they said Karandavaha only. Karandavaha, Plavaha, the cranes which float in the water. Plavam is floating. Plavaha. Tatha Punskokilaha. I don't know why he mentioned only Punskokilaha, the male cuckoos only. They all of them. Kraunchaha and Krauncha Pakshis, those big Kraunchas in the very beginning, when one of them is hurt, that's where the whole Ramayanam Shoka of Valmiki starts and all of that. So those Kraunchaha, all of them Visanyaha, sense Sanyaha, Visanyaha, not knowing any, unconsciously, oh my God. With all that, they also started running. A nicely portrayed visual will be in Simba, Lion's King, the very first movie. The original one, if we see, when all these hyenas and all, what do you call, provoked by Mufasa, his uncle, they all start running. that sound that they make, and the dust that rises, and Simba is trying to escape from that. This sound, this visual is seeming to me like that. All of them are running, so much sound, so scary. Everyone, each one scared by the other, looking at, oh my God, they are running. What happened? Oh, let's also run. One by one running, others are flying. The whole sound like that. So, tena shabdena vitrastaihi,
तेन शब्देन विश्वस्तैः
vitrastaihi,
वित्रस्तैः
akasham pakshibhirvritam,
आकाशं पक्षिभिर्वृतं
manushyairavrita bhumihi,
मनुष्यैरावृता भूमिः
ubhayam prabhabhau tada.
उभयं प्रभो तथा.
So he's showing the video how it is. Tena shabdena vitrastaihi pakshivihi akasham vritam. The whole sky is filled with the scared birds. Manushyahi avrita bhumihi. And the land is filled with all these soldiers, army, the dancers, all the people whom Bharata brought along with him. All these manushyahi bhumihi avrita. The land is filled with these people, sky is filled with the birds. Ubhayam tada prabhabhau. Both of them, meaning the sky filled with birds, land filled with these people and animals and all, they all have prabhabhau. Both sky and the land, earth were till then nicely taking rest, cool, calm, no work for them. Now with all of these guys running on the earth and flying in the sky, both of them sort of they woke up. Prabhabhau, they woke up. Earth and sky have woke up, got disturbed. Beautiful poetic style of describing a visual. Tatastam purusha vyaghram
ततस्तं पुरुषव्याघ्रं
yashasvinam arindamam
यशस्विनं अरिन्दमम्
asinam sthandile ramam
आसीनं स्तण्डिले रामं
dadarsha sahasa janaha.
तदर्श सहसा जनाः.
So finally all these people then started running like that. And tataha Standile, Standilam is earth on the ground itself. Standile Asinam, that Ramam. Standile Asinam Ramam, Arindamam Yashasvinam Purusha Vyaghram, Tam Janaha Sahasa Dadarsha. They all finally got sight of Rama, who was sitting on the ground itself. That Rama whom they knew sitting on the best of the thrones in Ayodhya, they have finally saw him sitting on the ground. Arindama Rama, Arindama, one who can suppress all his enemies. Yashasvi, very famous, glorious, famous for all his great works. Purushavyagram, tiger of the men. Such Rama, they have finally located him sitting on the ground in the ashrama. Vigarhamanaha Kaikeyim.
Go ahead, please.
विगर्हमाण किकेन
Sahito Mantharamapi.
सहितो मंथरामपि
Abhigamya Jano Ramam.
अभिगम्य जनो रामं
Bashpa Purna Mukho Bhavat.
बाष्पपूर्ण मुखो अभवत्.
So Janaha Abhavat. Actually, Abhavat is singular verb, singular tense verb. But Janaha is also a singular verb for group. Group as a singular verb. The group reached there, or group became. So which means same singular verb. So Janaha Abhavat. How did they Abhavat? Bashpa Purna Mukha. All of them filled with tears. Eyes filled with tears. Their face with flowing tears. All of them have become. And they, when after Ramam Abhigamya, by reaching Rama, by coming in front of face to face to Rama, Kaikeyim Manthara Sahita Kaikeyim Mantharam Vigarhamanaha Api. So that Kaikeyi, who was along with Manthara, Manthara also came with Kaikeyi, even though they were hating, those who were hating Manthara and Kaikeyi, having crossed them, they have come very close to Rama and started shedding tears. Tan Naran Bashpa Purnakshan
Tandaran Baksha Purnakshan
Samikshyatha Sudukhitan
Samiksha Sadukkitan
Sudukhitan
Sudukkitan
Paryashajvata Dharmajnaha
Pariyashya
Paryashvajata
okay. Pariyashvaja Dharmajna
Shvajata Paryashvajata
Vajata, okay. Pariyashvajata
Dharmajnaha
Dharmagya
Pitruvat Matruvat Chasaha.
Pitruvat Matruvat Chasaha
So in Sandhi it becomes Pitruvan Matruvat Chasaha.
Pitruvan Matruvajas Saha
Matruvat Chasaha.
Matruvajasaha Vachasaha.
So Saha Dharmajnaha, that Dharmajna, Tan Naran, all these people who have come close to him, Bashpa Purnakshan, their eyes filled with tears. Samikshya, by looking at them, all of them. Atha Sudukhitan, also those people who were grieving in sorrow for Rama, having lost him for so long, and of all the bad things that have happened. When he looked at all of them who have come for his sake, Paryashvajata, he tried to hug them as much as he possible. He called them, each one of them, whoever have come, he was hugging them, patting them, So that means he was accepting all of them, is the beautiful quality that is showing here. He was not keeping distance and just waving hand, but bring anyone who has come, he has hugged them. Some of them are touching his feet. He raised them with his hands, all of that. So, Parishvajjata Dharmajnaha, how Pitruvat Matruvachchasaha. The reason I said, even though he didn't say a word there in the shloka, saying those they were touching his feet and he raised them up, that line was not there. But I can visualize that based on this qualifier that he gave, saying Pitruvat Matruvat. Rama was like a father, like a mother. Like a father, patting or touching. Like a mother, hugging. And that's how we should see Rama's love that he's expressing back to all the people that have come to meet him that day. Satatra Kanschit
सतत कौंसित
Parishasvaje Naran
परिषद स्वजे नरान
Narascha Chittu
नराश्च केचित्तु
Tamabhyavadayan
तमभ्यवादयन्
Chakara Sarvan
चकार सर्वान्
Savayasya Bandhavan
सवयस्य बान्धवान्
Yatharham Asadya
यथार्हमासाद्य
Tada Nripatmajaha.
तदा नृपात्मजः.
So Nripatmajaha, the son of the king, emperor, which is Rama, Saha, Tatra, there, Kanschit Naran Parishasvaje. Some of them he hugged, Parishvajam, Parishasvaje. Kechit narascha tu tam abhyavadayan. Some people have just did namaskara. They did their abhivadanam, introducing their gotra and all, and saying, I am commander of this force, or I am acharya of this gurukula, or I am, this purohita of this temple. They did their abhivadanam. To them, he did abhivadanam back. Kechittu naraha tam abhyavadayan. They did their abhivadanam. Chakara sarvan savayasya bandhavan. and to all of his same aged friends and people, savayasya, similar aged, same aged, bandhavan, to his friends and relatives, yatharham, as per, you know, if they are elderly people, he did namaskaras to them. If they are same age as his, he hugged them. If they were about, slightly younger or slightly elder to him, probably he did abhivadanam. So all those in various forms, he has greeted, hugged, and waved hands, shook hands with different people as per their ages and as per their uh, respect protocols. सतत्र तेषां
सतत्र तेषां
रुदतां महात्मनां
रतां महात्मनां
भुवञ्च खञ्चानु
भुवञ्च कञ्चानं
निनादयन् स्वनः
निनादयन् स्वनः
गुहागिरीणां च
गुहागिरीणां च
दिशश्च सन्ततः
दिशश्च सन्ततः
मृदङ्गघोष
मृदङ्गघोष
प्रतिमः प्रशुश्रुवे.
प्रतिमः प्रसृश्रवे.
उत्तमम्. So सः सः घोषप्रतिमः तेषां रुदतां, तेषां महात्मनां रुदतां, of all these people crying there. That sound of all these people crying, loudly greeting each other, expressing their emotions, all of that, with all that sound together, bhuvancha khamcha anunadayan swanaha. This sound was going, rising up to the sky and coming, having hit the sky, is coming down back from there onto the ground, hitting the ground, going back up. So the sounds, it was resounding, echoing, and the whole sound was echoing from sky to earth. When it hits the ground on the earth, then girinam guhaha, the caves of the mountains, and when it hits the sky, dishascha santatam, all the dishaha is the ends of the universe. There is no ends, but typical ends where we say Ashtadigajaha. There are 8 gajas standing and bearing this earth on the 8 ends, we say. So those towards Dishaha, in the sky towards the Dishaha, on the earth into the caves of the mountains, this sounds Mridanga Ghosha Pratimaha. If somebody was playing mridangam, like that, this sound was making big roaring, echoing sounds. Prashushruve. This sound was heard all over. So that's how the crying and all, that whole big gathering is there. Ityarshe
इत्यार्षे
Srimad Ramayane
श्रीमद्
श्रीमद्
रामायणे
रामायणे
Valmikiye
वाल्मीकिये
Adikavye
आदिकाव्ये
आदिकाव्ये
Ayodhya Kande
अयोध्याकाण्डे
अयोध्याकाण्डे
द्व्यधिकशततमः सर्गः.
द्व्यधिकशततमः सर्गः.
सर्गः.
We have a few more minutes. We'll continue into 103rd सर्ग. अथ त्रयोत्तरशततमः सर्गः.
अथः त्रयोशतमः
त्रि-उत्तर शततमः सर्गः. मातृदर्शनम्. Matradarshanam is the name of the sarga. Vasishtah puratah krutva
वसिष्ठः पुरतः कृत्वा
daran dasharathasya cha
दारान् दशरथस्य च
abhichakrama tam desham
अभिचक्राम तं देशं
ramadarshana tarshitah.
रामदर्शनदर्शितः.
So, of course, all the army people have come first because they had their vehicles and they are strong and they can run. But Dasharathasya Daraha, all the women of Dasharatha, which is the three Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, and all other women of Dasharatha also. Dasharathasya daran puratah kritva means Vasishtaha tan puratah kritva, by letting Dasharatha's wives and all walk in front of him. Dasharatha led them, now turn right here. There must be a slope there. Please go slowly. Like that, he was directing them by having them in front of him. Puratah kritva tam desham Ramadarshana tarshitaha. Vasishtha himself is tarshitaha, thirsty of the darshana of Rama, he himself being eager to get sight of Rama. Finally, along with the women of Dasharatha, along with them, he reached that place. Tam desham abhichakrama. He also reached that place. Rajapatnyascha gachantyah.
राजपत्न्यस्य गच्छन्त्या
Gachantyah. Mandam mandakinim prati.
Sorry, Bhogaji, can you please repeat?
Mandam mandakinim prati.
Mandam mandakini pratim.
Prati.
Prati.
Dadrushas tatra.
Dadrutash tatra.
Tattirtham.
Tattirtham.
Rama Lakshmana Sevitam.
Rama Lakshmana Sevitam.
So Abhichakrama means they started crossing. They left that place and started walking. Rajapatnyaha, all the wives of the king, Gachantyaha, as they were walking, Mandam Mandakinim Prati, they were walking towards that Mandakini river, to the side where it flows slowly, or in the side where Chitrakuta side, where Rama was there. If you remember there, he said, Shighra asadhya. There it has very high currents. It runs very fast. So Vasishta was leading them towards the side where there is low currents, so that all these women can easily cross. Mandam Mandakinim Prati, towards that Mandakini which goes slow and softer, smoothly. Dadrushuhu, they have seen that Mandakini which is flowing slowly, softly, politely. Dadrushus tatra tat tirtham, that tirtha Mandakini, which was Rama Lakshmana Sevitam, which was always served or used by Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. Kausalya Bashpapurnena
Kausalya Bashpapurnena
Mukhena Parisushyata
Mukhena Parishushyatah Parishushyataa
Sumitram Abravidina
Sumitram Abravidina
Yaschanya Rajayoshitaha
Yaschanya Rajayoshitaha
Idam Tesham Anathanam
Idam Tesham Anadhanam
Klishtam Aklishta Karmanam
Klishtam Aklishta Karmanam
Vane Prak Kevalam Tirtham
Vane Prak Kevalam Tirtham
Yete Nirvishayikritaha
Ete Nirvishayikrutaha
Itah Sumitre Putraste
Itas Sumitre Putraste
Sada Jalamatandritaha
Sada Jalamatandritaha
Swayam Harati Saumitrihi
Swayam Harati Saumitrihi
Mama Putrasya Karanat.
Mama Putrasya Karanat.
So Kausalya Bashpa Purnena, with her eyes filled with tears, Mukhena Parisushyata, with dried up mouth, crying for Rama and all. Sumitram Abravit Dina, because for Kausalya, the only other, her sister wife that she can talk to is Sumitra, because Kaikeyi is arrogant for her. So Sumitram Dina Abravit, very sorrowfully, she says this to Sumitra. And also Yascha Anya Raja Yoshitaha, also looking at other women also. Idam Tesham Anathanam. Ayyo, poor fellows, that Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they became Anathaha. If we were there, we were elders, they would have had somebody to look after. Nobody to look after is Anatha. So Anathanam Tesham. And however, what kind of anatha they are? Aklishta karmanam. Those who have done unbelievable, impossible deeds before, of such Rama, Lakshmana, who have become anathas now, Vane Kevalam Prak, before, till we came here, for them, Vane Kevalam Tirtham. This Tirtha is the only water that they would have had. Yete Nirvishayi Krutaha. For them, those who were made devoid of all material comforts. Vishayaha is materials. Vishaya, material desires, comforts. Nirvishayi Kritaha. They were deprived of any comforts. They said, you just go with this Narachira, nothing else, right? Ayyo. Nirvishayi Kritaha. For them, in this Vanam, looks like the only Vishayam that they have is this Mandakini Nadi, Tirtham. And then she talks to Sumitre, O Sumitra. And in Strilinga Sambodhana becomes Sumitre. Sumitre, itaha te putraha sada atandritaha swayam jalam harati saumitrihi mama putrasya karanat. O Sumitra, because of for my son's sake, for my Rama's sake, your son, te putraha, Saumitrihi, sada, always, itaha, from this Mandakini only, jalam harati, he carries water from this Mandakini river for my son's sake, atandritaha, never being lazy or never forgetting his discipline, his punctuality. Punctually, always, your son carries water for me. How great you are, Sumitra. I am so blessed for you, Sumitra. Like that, she is expressing her gratitude to Sumitra. Jaganyamapi te putraha.
जगन्यमपि ते पुत्रः
Kritavan natu garhitaha.
कृतवान् न तु गर्हितः
Bhratur yadartha sahitam.
भ्रातुर्यदर्थसहितं
Sarvam tadvihitam gunaihi.
सर्वं त्वद्वितिहं गुणैः.
Uttamam. So, Jaganyamapi te putraha. Even though Jaganyam is one who is born from the later side, which means who is born later, even though he is younger one. Normally, elders take care of the younger ones. But Jaganyamapi, even though your son is younger, te putraha, natu garhitaha. He never felt, why am I doing this? I can stay back now. No, he never felt like that. Natu garhitaha. Bhratuhu yadartha sahitam sarvam tadvihitam gunaihi kritavan. With all the qualities of a humble servant. Bhratuhu, for his brother. Yad artha sahitam sarvam kritavan. Natu garhitaha. He never said forget man, why should I serve you? No. Whatever has to be done to his elder brother, like he would do to your father, because they say elder brother is like father. So he has done everything, all the services, artha sahitam, with utmost meaningful services that he has offered. You are blessed, Sumitra. There cannot be a better son than Saumitri like you have. Adhyayamapi te putraha.
अध्यायमपि ते पुत्रः
Kleshanam athathochitaha.
क्लेशानाम् अततो चितः
Nichan artha samacharam.
नीचान् अर्थान् समाचारम्
Sajjam karma pramunchatu.
सच्चिं कर्म प्रमुच्यतु.
So, adya, today, adya api, today also, ayam te putraha, this your son, kleshanam athatha uchitaha. Tatha uchit, uchitaha means one what we think is appropriate. Tatha uchitaha, those that are appropriate. Atatha uchitaha, kleshanam atatha uchitaha. One who is not taking the difficulties as appropriate ones, meaning, yeah, these are so difficult. If you say that, then yeah, you are seeing it as appropriately. But he never saw those difficulties as any difficulties. That is called atatha uchitaha. Atatho uchitaha kleshanam nichan artha samacharam sajjam karma pramunchatu. He has done so many otherwise what is called menial services. May he be released of these. Let Lakshmana go back now. I cannot have your son also undergoing all these difficulties, doing all these services to my son. No, Sumitra. Like that, she's expressing her guilt. Dakshinagreshu dharbeshu
दक्षिणाग्रेषु दर्पेषु
sa dadarsha mahitale
सा ददर्श महीतले
pituringudi pinyakam
पितुरुङ्गिनि पिन्याकं
nyastam ayatalochana
न्यस्तम् आयतलोचना
tam bhumau piturartena
तं भूमौ पितुरार्थेन
nyastam ramena vikshyasa
न्यस्तं रामेण वीक्ष्य सा
uvacha devi kausalya
उवाच देवी कौसल्या
sarva dasharatha striyaha.
सर्वा दशरस्त्रियः.
So they finally reached, after crossing Mandakini, they having reached the ashramam, they got to see, Vikshya, they got the sight of what? Tatra Mahitale Darbheshu, Dakshinagreshu Darbheshu, Pituringudi Pinyakam Nyastam Ayatalochana Dadarsha. That Ayatalochana, Kausalya, who also has a very broad, wide eyes. And so only Rama also has, as her son, also has those broad, wide eyes. Dasharatha was never described as a wide-eyed one, but Kausalya is described, and Rama is always described as broad, wide-eyed ones. So such Ayatalochana, Mahitale, on the ground, Dakshinagreshu Darbheshu, the darbhas whose ends are facing Dakshina, to the south side. Normally we say Purvagreshu. When we do any other karyas, we sit with the darbha facing toward the east. Purvagreshu. So here Dakshinagreshu Darbheshu, Mahitale, on the ground, Ingudi Pinyakam Pituhu Nyastam. That Ingudi Pinyakam, the pindam, which was made and put for father Pituhu Nyastam, Dadarsha. See, happened to see that. Put by who? Tam Nyastam means tam Ingudi Pinyakam Bhumau Nyastam, Pituhu Nyastam, for the father Nyastam, Ramena, put by Rama, Vikshya, by seeing that, aha, Rama has offered it to his father. By having seen that, Devi Kausalya Dasharatha Striyaha Sarvaha Uvacha. Devi Kausalya said this along with all the other women of Dasharatha. She said this to all the women of Dasharatha. Idam Ikshvakunathasya
Idam Ikvashunathasya
Raghavasya Mahatmanaha
Raghavasya Mahatmanah
Raghavena Piturdattam
Raghavena Titurdattam
Pasyaitadadhyathavitihi.
Pashyate Yathavidhi.
See, Kausalya is saying to all other women there, see, Idam, that pindam you see there, Raghavasya Mahatmanah, Ikshvakunathasya Raghavasya Mahatmanah Pituhu Raghavena Dattam Pasya Etat. Both are Raghavas here. One is Mahatma Pita Ikshvakunatha Raghava, who is Dasharatha. For him, Dattam Raghavena by Rama Dattam Etad Yathavidhi Pasya, how he is doing offering as per Vidhi, how good son he is. He is not like, hey, come on, I'm modern, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Not saying this. See how Rama also is offering all this. That again, on one hand sorrow, but on another hand pride. See how great son Rama is. As soon as he heard he's offering this, without waiting for any, rituals and all, he's doing it. And see how he knows it, what to do and all. Great, no? Like that she's expressing it. Tasya deva samanasya
तस्य देवसमानस्य
parthivasya mahatmanah
पार्थिवस्य महात्मनः
naitadaupayikam manye
नैतदौपैकं मन्ये
bhukta bhogasya bhojanam.
भक्तभोगस्य भोजनं
Bhukta bhogasya bhojanam.
भुक्तभोगस्य भोजनं
So tasya mahatmanah parthivasya deva samanasya nait etat bhukta bhogasya. For that Dasharatha, who is Mahatma, Parthiva, king, Deva Samanaha, who was equal to a god, because he has actually fought for gods, so he is equal to gods. To such Emperor Dasharatha, who is Bhukta Bhogasya, who has enjoyed all comforts, who has eaten the richest meals, who has had the richest luxuries, to him, Etad Bhojanam na Opayikam Manye. Ayyo, to such Parthiva, this Ingudi Pinyakam, this doesn't seem like worthy of the king. However, that is all Rama could offer. But see, he did it like that. Chaturantam Mahim Bhuktva
चतुरन्तां महीं भुक्तां
Mahendra Sadrusho Vibhuhu
महेन्द्रसदृशो विभु
Katham Ingudi Pinyakam
गतम् इमृतिपुण्याकं
Sabhunte Vasudhadipaha.
सभुन्ते वसुधाधिपः.
So Kausalya is crying. She is expressing all her feelings of her husband, who was an emperor like gods. How can he have this Ingudi Pinyakam, which is made from small berries and fruits of the forest trees? Chaturantam Mahim Bhuktva, of the four ends of the Mahi, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, all the four ends of earth, having commanded Mahendra Sadrusho Vibhuhu, the Lord equivalent like Mahendra himself, in fact, who went to help Mahendra himself. Katham Ingudi Pinyakam, how can he Saha Katham Ingudi Pinyakam Bhukte Saha Vasudhadipaha, the two Lord of the whole resourceful earth, how can he consume this Ingudi Pinyakam? Ayyo, what times have come. If Rama was in the city, of course he could have offered the best food, like that. Atho dukkataram loke
अतो दुःखतरं लोके
na kinchit pratibhati ma
न किञ्चित् प्रतिभाति मा
yatra Ramah pitur dadyat
यत्र रामः पितृर्दद्यात्
ingudi kshodam ruddhiman. Ingudikshodam Riddhiman.
Ingudikshodam Rittiman.
So, ataha, and hence, loke na kinchit dukkhataram pratibhati ma. Now in this world, I can't see any painful thing, any more painful thing. If an emperor like Dasharatha had to be offered this Ingudi Pinyakam, nothing else seems painful to me in this world. Yatra Ramaha Pituhu Ingudi Iksha Udam, waters or the juice, the pindam made with the juice of the Ingudi, the berries, and the other fruits of the wild fruits, wild berries, if that had to be offered by Rama to his father, who is a Ruddhiman, most affluent, rich, wealthy king of the world, unto him, if Ram had to offer this, there cannot be anything more painful than this. I don't see any more pain in the world. This is the ultimate pitiful thing. Ramena Ramenengudikam Ramenengudi
रामेण इङ्गुदि पिन्याकं
Piturdattam Samikshyame
पितुर्दत्तं समीक्ष्य मे
Katham Dukkhena Hridayam
कथं दुःखेन हृदयं
Na Spotati Sahasradha.
न स्फोटति सहस्रथा.
So Kausalya is lamenting, lamenting, crying with all her sister wives there, saying Ramena, by Rama for his father Pituhu, Dattam Ingudi Pinyakam Samikshya, by seeing this Ingudi Pinyakam given by Rama, Me Hridayam Katham Dukkhena Sahasradha Na Spotati. How is my heart not breaking into thousands of pieces? Why am I still alive? How am I still alive? Is how she's crying. Shrutistu Khalviyam Satya
Shrutistu Kalviyam Satya
Laukiki Pratibhati Ma
Lokiki Pratibhati Ma
Yadanna Purusho Bhavati
Yadan Purusho Bhavati
Tadannas Tasya Devataha.
Tadannatasya Devata.
So, Laukiki Pratibhati me. This is seeming very worldly to me. Laukiki Satya, even though it is worldly affair or worldly transaction activity here of offering the Singudi Pinyakam, Shruti Khaluyam, we have heard this now. That means Vedas have told this. What is it? The same line again repeated. As Rama told, Kausalya is also repeating the same line. Yadanna Purusho Bhavati Tadannastasya Devataha. Whatever one consumes is what is also offered to gods. If we want to eat Paramannam that day, we make Paramannam and that is what we offer to gods. If somebody else cuts a goat and offers it to Maisamma, then he offers that only to Maisamma. If somebody else offers Jalam that day, he stays Nirjala, if he has to do Achamanam, he offers that to God and eats it. So Yadanna Purusho Bhavati Tadanna Tasya Devataha. That is the Veda Vakyam. So, all right, yeah, I know. What else can we do? Is how she's consoling herself, talking to all other sister wives. Evam artam sapatnyastaha
एवम् आर्ता सपत्न्यास्ताः
jagmurashvasya tada
जग्वमाश्रित
jagmurashvasya
जग्मुराशस्य
tam tada
तां तदा
dadrushascha ramam
ददृश ददृश आश्रमे रामं
swargachyutamivamaram.
स्वर्गच्युतामिवामरम्.
So, evam artam, that crying, that lamenting such Kausalyam, sapatnyahataha, the other sister wives there, jagmuhu, they then came close by to Kausalya. Tam tada ashrame Ramam dadrushuhu, they all also happened to see Rama in the ashrama, having come close to Kausalya, and from behind Kausalya they have seen her. And how did that Rama appear to them? As Swargachyutam iva amaram, of a god who has just left Swarga and came to this land, to this earth. Like that, Rama appeared to them like a divine divine entity, like a divine god. They have seen him. It's how many shlokas? It's a longer one. Okay, so we will stop here. It's 8:38. We'll stop here. So 16th sloka, we have done until 16th sloka. We'll continue from 17th in the next one. Anyone, Lavanya, can you say Shanti Mantra?
Yes, Babaji. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः धन्यवादः बाबाजी
धन्यवादाः सर्वेभ्यः
धन्यवादः।
सुदिनम्
धन्यवादः।